Just a quick note, minions and viewers, that this first episode is not going to be recorded the same way that the rest are. In the rest, I'm just going to do the 30 minutes and then summarize after the 30 minutes are up. But in this episode, I'm going to I'm going to show you the checkpoints of the work I've actually been doing, just to mix it up a little bit for the start. So just a quick note to you, and hope you enjoy. Hello minions and viewers, and welcome to a new series on this channel. We're calling this Dungeon Contest. Thomas and I are both here on Creative, and we're both going to make our own dungeons in 30-minute timed episodes. Command blocks are used and encouraged. Mob spawns are off right now. I'm pretty sure we need the keep inventory rule on. Keep. It's not game mode, it's game rule. But anyway, we're going to have game rule, keep inventory on, and then, and then we'll also we might have our own systems for lives and such, but for now, Thomas and I are just going to get to work making our own dungeons, maybe making them challenging. The only thing that will work on the dungeons is mob spawners. So now I've got a bit of a head start over Thomas. Thomas is clearing out his dungeon by hand at this point, but my dungeon, before we even started this, I got into MC Edit and cleared out a big flipping hole for the beginning of my dungeon. Now, what I plan to do is we're gonna make this a roof right up here, and we're gonna make them little one rooms at a time. We're gonna cover the rooms in basically cobblestone, and we'll make the rooms one at a time. We have I have a wiki open for command blocks, so we can look up spawners and booby traps, and basically it'll work out really well. Let's go ahead and start out with making some nice old rooms. We're gonna get out some cobblestone, and why not also get out some moss stone, put up our block of diamond. We'll keep a redstone torch in redstone in case we want any fancy redstone contraptions, and we'll theme our dungeon Lost Souls. But we'll always make sure that the right path of the dungeon is paved by normal stone bricks. In fact, I have a good idea. How about during the cheats of the dungeon, we'll make those stone brick monster eggs. So that way in mazes, if we ever put a maze in the dungeon, then if we put a maze in the dungeon, they'll all be stone bricks, but if they ever need a free solution, they can press F3 and find out which ones are monster eggs. That would actually be a good solution. But anyway, this is the original room of the dungeon. This is where everyone will come from, and then you walk out of this room and into the next, into the beginning of the dungeon. Yep, okay. So now there will also be a mossy wall right here with pistons. Okay, so in this room, let's go into the wall. Okay, here's below the room. So we're gonna make some redstone below the room, and it's basically gonna be like spawn skeleton at here and here and here. So it's not gonna be nothing complicated, but there is gonna be some redstone. So let's go ahead and go below, stand on the pressure plate to start the room, and so we'll start out with a command block, why don't we? Okay, so it just says Story Part 1. Then we'll make it basically, we'll make a really complicated story too. But for now, it's just going to say Story Part 1. So that way, in the future, when we actually make, it'll be swaggy if it does. I'm not writing my story yet. So now, after that, we'll go ahead and get out some redstone repeaters. So what's going to happen is, every soul sand in a dungeon is going to represent every mob. So after a mob spawns, we're going to also turn a soul sand into turn a soul sand into... I'm not quite sure what a depleted mob block will look like, but I think we'll turn it into quartz. Unable to summon the skeleton. Okay. Let's try one more time. One more time. Yeah! So like what happens is the skeleton summons in the soul sand, it cures the land. So that's the beginning of my dungeon. Okay, so Thomas and I are going to explain our dungeons, and I'm also going to Skype him. Alright, minions and viewers, we're done making our dungeons. It's actually been 33 minutes, so we definitely did go over our time limit, but that's fine, that's fine. Alright, Thomas, say hello to the minions and viewers.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm George K.
Alright, so Thomas, let's go ahead and check out your dungeon first. So, we've already done our dungeons.
No, I'm not done. I'm not done.
You're not done? Well, that's not the point. The point is basically, so we're gonna just see what we did with our dungeons. And, my dungeon is just started. Like, I have one mob in it right now. Like, I spent 30 minutes just trying to figure out how to work the command blocks work.
About this, do you want me to show you a couple cool mobs?
Sure, why not? That'd be a great way to end the episode.
Alright.
So
when I used to make adventure maps, now that all the files are corrupted.
Yeah.
But I kept my commands on Word, so... Let me just find a couple.
Chicken? Thomas, what did you do with chicken? If you're gonna get a chicken out, let's get a Steven out too, because Steven kind of wants to see.
I didn't do that. They spawn naturally. Alright. Here you go.
Shackled bones. So what's the command? So you spawn a skeleton, and he's wielding a bone, and its custom name is visible, and you named him Shackled Bones. That's cool. You know a lot about the command blocks. So
I just have the basic command to it, and then I just change it. So I like do the same thing with the zombie.
Let's see what your dungeon is actually now.
There's no dungeon yet.
Okay, that's fine.
It's just story all the way down.
Oh, it's story all the way down. That's kind of cool. And just a really flippin' deep mine shaft then, huh?
If you notice how it gets darker the deeper you go.
That's kind of cool.
And at some points it's going to be, you're going to see lava, and at other points you're going to be completely in darkness.
And is this bedrock?
What?
It's bedrock all the way down, right?
If you want to fall down, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy far down.
I teleported myself 200 blocks up. So anyway, I went ahead and made this little thing. If you press the button, it teleports you to my dungeon. So let's go ahead and just... You want to come over and tour this?
Oh. So, I got pretty lucky teleporting.
So my dungeon is not it's not that good, but you drop down here. So it's themed with lost souls. And by the way, I should just I should probably just I'm gonna replace this block with a stone.
Or a trapdoor.
Trapdoor would actually be a good idea.
Looks really nice, man.
Thanks. Well, I'm gonna show you basically what it is and some of the concepts behind the dungeon. So, you walk into this room, and this is the starting room, okay?
Mm-hmm. And
you basically, there's going to be signs telling you stuff. But the main concept of the dungeon is if you walk into this room, you can see all this. So, every soul sand is going to spawn a mob. So, there's a command block that turns the soul sand into a quartz and then spawns a mob. So, like... Basically, you can gauge how hard a room is by how much soul sand is in it, and after you clear the room, it's going to be full of quartz, so that way it looks nice and clean and looks kind of cleared. With the exception of the starting room, because the starting room is just going to tell you how to play.
Alright, so how'd you clear this whole thing?
I kind of cheated, because before we started, I went on MC Edit and cleared a huge space.
I would save me about tons of time.
Yeah, before next episode, if you want, you can come into my room. We can do some MC editing. And also one more thing, if there's ever a maze, it's the path. Okay, so the correct path that you're supposed to follow is always stone bricks between rooms. So like, if there's ever a maze, you can always have a solution to the maze because the stone bricks are going to be the base of the maze, and stone brick monster eggs will also be in the maze, so that way you can press F3 and check out the stone bricks to see the actual solution to the maze.
That's cheating.
Yeah, but...
That's if you're stupid and you can't figure it out yourself.
Ouch! Burned.
Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and...
Thank you.
Alright, one more thing. Come over here.
Yep. Insane asylum or something?
Nah, I was gonna start here, but then I realized it was cheating because, you know, I did this whole thing before I even started it.
But
then again, you cheated.
Yeah, well, yeah. But anyway, I like the way your dungeon starts. It starts out pretty cool. You're just going down a mine shaft. You press this button, you get... I see. So, like, let's look at the story. A few reminders when entering the crypt. The reason this shaft is so deep. The dead don't like to be disturbed. You begin your descent to death. Long time. That's kind of cool. I'm looking forward to this, to the years coming up soon. So anyway, I think that'll wrap it up for this episode. Hope you enjoyed, minions and viewers. Make sure to leave a like, because this is a new series. So, if you like this new series, be sure to leave a like and support it, because we're not too sure about this series. I'm just hoping that I get good feedback from you guys. So, be sure that you let me know, leave a comment or something along those lines. And then, hope you enjoy, and I hope I'll get to upload a second episode, and I'll see you then.